Hi, Dr. Posey. All right, well, I'm just gonna get started then. There's my little people, my little cartoon. It starts with, Professor, what is Piaget's theory of cognitive development? And the professor says, it is the concept that a child's idea of the world changes as they grow older, that you can gain intelligence as your brain grows and develops. Does that have anything to do with genetic epistemology? Yes, that's where and how our thoughts originate as our brains develop. Does this apply to everybody? No, Piaget's theory is focused on how children grow and develop rather than the general population. Oh, thank you. Can you explain what a schema is? Let's take a walk while I explain. So we're walking, and we see a dinosaur. Schema are what allow you to organize information in your brain. For example, you being able to recognize this long-necked creature as a dinosaur is using schema. Schema? I don't know. They are sometimes referred to as the building blocks of intelligence. What about this dinosaur? It looks different from the first one, but I know that it's still a dinosaur. That is called assimilation. You used an existing dino schema that was in your brain in order to classify this species as a dinosaur as well. Enter John. Uh-oh. You guys, that's not just a dino. That's a carnivore. We should run. Excellent accommodation, John. Your brain altered an existing schema so that you could now characterize this dino as a meat eater. Okay, now that I've reached equilibration, can we run now? Yes. So we run. Whew, okay, we're safe. Now that we're safe, can you tell us about the stages of development? Yes. Piaget proposed 4 intellectual stages that happens as a child develops. Do you know what they are? I know. Sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Sensory motor comes first. That's when babies learn object permanence. Usually it happens by age 2. So I'm guessing pre-operational is next? Yes. From age 2 to 7, children's brains typically develop enough to be able to understand symbolism. Third is the concrete operational stage. In this stage, children learn to think logically. They also understand the concept of conservation, so conservation of mass, numbers, weight, etc. Last but not least is the formal operational stage. I know this one. That's the one where people begin to be able to think abstractly. That can happen as early as 11 years old. Good job, John. Nice job. You will remember this information much better through discovery learning. So, let's go find some more dinosaurs and discuss the ZPD. ZPD? ZPD? So, discovery learning. We have to go on an adventure and find some dinosaurs and do our own discovery in order to retain that information more. Or better. Okay. The zone of proximal development, or ZPD, is the area in between independent development and dependent potential for development. Huh? Basically, if someone is studying and they hit a roadblock, but they figure they could be successful with the help of a peer and adult, would they be in the zone? Yes, they would. A second term was later created to work with the ZPD. Does anyone know what that term is? Scaffolding? Yes, it's scaffolding. Scaffolding can come from a more knowledgeable other or someone who is more experienced at the task at hand. So, for example, I'm a math tutor. I use scaffolding in my job every single day. We actually have trainings on it to train our new tutors. Okay, but what about effective scaffolding? What's that? Some things that help scaffolding be more effective are maintaining the learner's interest, making the task as simple as possible, and demonstrating the task to the student, just to name a few. Can one example of effective scaffolding be sharing knowledge through social interaction? Absolutely. When teachers tell you to get into groups and discuss the topic you just learned, that is a way for you guys to gain knowledge through social interaction and to make friends. Is reciprocal teaching a type of effective scaffolding as well? I think so. Is that where students and teachers work together to clarify, ask questions, and summarize the lesson? Yes. Over time, the teacher takes a step back and lets the students take over. We have one more thing to discuss today, collaborative learning. What's that again? That's where you pair students in groups based on their abilities. One group should have a variety of abilities in it so that the stronger students can help out the weaker students. The research says that we see a greater improvement in the weaker students when they're paired with stronger ones. I don't know how I feel about that because I've been the strong student that's paired in the group with the weaker students. And I feel like while it might be beneficial to the weaker students, I don't see how it's beneficial to the stronger students. So that's my little question in there. Okay, back to this. Oh yeah, thank you for all the help, Professor. You're welcome, kids. See you tomorrow. Ta-da! That's my cartoon. Okay, bye. See you in class.